Chapter 4. Working with Flash CS6. Inside the chapter, How to Open Flash, Timeline, Grouping Objects, Gradient Transform, Editing Object, Importing Graphics, Tint Tweening, Applying Filters to Text, Components of Flash Window, Setting Document Properties, Gradient Fill, Modifying a Radial Gradient, Shape Transformation, Creating Animation, Creating a Simple Text Shape Tween. Adobe Flash is an animation software application which is useful in the production of 2D and 3D animations, rich internet contents, user interfaces, mobile games, and web applications. Designers and developers can integrate audio, video, graphics, and text to produce better quality of results. It is frequently used for creating advertisements and games. Some examples of games created in Flash are Pac-Man, Minesweeper, and Tetris. Flash has also been used to create movies and series like Crime Time, Homestar Runner, etc. After creating multimedia content, it can be delivered on web using Flash Player. How to open Flash? 1. Click on Start button. A pop-up list opens. 2. Select Adobe Master Collection, CS6. 3. Then select Adobe Flash Professional CS6. 4. Adobe Flash Professional CS6. Screen opens. 5. Click on Action Script 3.0 under Create New Section. A new blank file will get opened. Components of Flash window. An Adobe Flash CS6 window consists of following components. Menu bar. Menu bar is the top bar, consists of various menus which are used to perform various functions like creating a new file, opening and saving a file, editing and other commands. The stage. The stage is the work area in which all the visual creation, drawings, manipulations, and animations are created. The default size of stage is 550*400 pixels. Timeline. Timeline consists of layers and frames. It controls the contents over time in layers and frames. A length of time is divided into frames. One layer can contain one animation at a time. For multiple animations, multiple layers are used and stacked one on the top of another. Properties panel. Properties panel displays the various properties of the selected object. Library panel. Any artwork you have created on a stage can be added to a library for future use. Tools panel. Tools panel consists of various tools which will help you to select, draw shapes, paint or modify the objects. Timeline. Timeline is located just below the stage where you create the animation. It controls the contents over time in layers and frames. It is that portion of the window in which we can control the sequencing and timing of the various elements of a movie. It is located at the bottom of the window in the form of a rectangular box. It mainly consists of layers, frames, keyframes, and playhead. Playhead. Playhead is displayed in red color frame with a red vertical line, as you can see in the figure above. It is used to represent the current frame opened on the stage. When you play the movie, it moves as the movie proceeds from left to right direction. You can set the frame rate to control the speed of the movement of the playhead. You can drag the playhead to watch the animation. Frames. A frame is present in a timeline where a length of time is divided into frames. The frame numbers in a timeline represents a specific frame number. Each fifth frame displays a frame number. When you click on a particular frame, the playhead moves on that frame. Keyframes. In timeline, we can insert keyframes, which represent significant events. Keyframes are displayed as a solid black dot when you want to place a graphic or animation, or some change in properties of an object. Insert a keyframe at a specific point where you want it to occur. When you open a new Flash document, you will notice a new keyframe already present at frame 1. You can insert many keyframes to insert the animation. Layers. When you open a new Flash document, you can see a layer 1 in the timeline. A single frame on the timeline can have multiple layers. You can insert graphics and other elements on separate layers, and the combined contents of all the layers can be viewed on the stage. How is it possible? Because one layer can contain one animation at a time. For multiple animations, multiple layers are used and stacked one on the top of another. Property Inspector. Each object you create or insert on the stage has some properties. These properties can be viewed or changed by opening the Property Inspector or Property Panel and do the necessary changes. All the objects and graphics may have different properties. Setting document properties. When you open a new Flash document, it contains the default settings. It is possible to change the default settings of the Flash document, like the frame rate, background, color, and ruler. Follow the given steps to set the document properties. 1. Go to File and select the New option from the drop-down list. 2. The New Document dialog box opens. 3. Click on Action Script 3.0 option from General tab. 4. Set the width, height, ruler units, background color, and frame rate and click OK button. 5. An untitled document will be opened in the window. 6. Go to Modify Document option. 7. The Document Settings dialog box opens. 8. Specify the dimensions of the stage by entering the values of width and height in the Dimensions option. 9. Click on the drop-down list of ruler unit to set in either of the given options like pixels, inches, points, centimeters, or millimeters. 10. In Match option, click on the Printer Radio button if you want to set the stage size to the maximum available print area. 11. Click on the background color to change the background color of the stage by selecting from the color palette. 12. Click on the frame rate value to change the speed of the movement of the animation in frames per second. The default value is 24 FPS. 13. Click on the Auto-Save checkbox, which will enable the Auto-Save feature of Flash document. This feature will automatically save the Flash document at regular intervals of 10 minutes. 14. Click OK button to apply the setting to the document. Press Ctrl+N to open a new document. Press Ctrl+J to open Document Setting dialog box. FPS stands for frames per second. Grouping objects. When we create a drawing, two objects are created. One is fill and other one is outline. You can group them together to make a single object. 1. Select the brush tool from the Tools panel. Open the Properties Inspector and select brown fill color and change the style to hairline. Draw the flower stem. 2. Similarly, draw the flower petals using brush tool with yellow fill color. 3. You can see that they both are the different objects. 4. Now combine them by selecting the Selection tool from the Tools panel and double-click on the flower petals. Drag the flower petals over the top of the flower stem to group them together. 5. As the flower petals are already selected, press Shift key and click on the flower stem to select them both as shown in the figure. 6. Now go to Modify, Group option. 7. The objects you selected, flower petals and flower stem, will be grouped and become a single object, as shown in the figure. Press Ctrl+G to group the selected objects. Gradient Fill. Gradient Fill contains a color palette which consists of multiple colors. These colors can be used to fill in the objects by merging more than one colors. Gradients are basically formed by mixing more than one colors in an object. There are inbuilt gradient presets available, but you can also create your own gradient by selecting the colors of your choice and add them in the swatches panel. Let us see how to fill gradient colors in an object. Create a circle with the help of Oval tool. 2. Select the circle. 3. Select Paint Bucket tool from the Tools panel. 4. Go to Properties Instructor and select the Fill color to open the color palette. 5. Select the gradient effect at end of the fill color swatch and that will be applied on the object. Creating a new gradient. Flash has some inbuilt gradient presets. User can also create new gradient. Two types of gradients can be created in Flash. A linear gradient. Linear gradient are those which consists of more than one color which are changed in a straight line in one direction. Radial gradient. Radial gradient are those which consists of more than one color which are changed in circular outward direction. Follow the given steps to create a new gradient. 1. Open a Flash document. 2. Create a circle by using Oval tool and select it. 3. Go to Window Color option from the menu bar. 4. A color panel is opened in a window. 5. Click on the arrow next to Color Type and choose Linear Gradient or Radial Gradient from the list. 6. Click on the left pointer which appears on the below left side of the gradient bar. A color palette opens. Choose any one color, say red. 7. Now double-click on the right pointer and choose yellow color from the color palette. 8. Adjust the color blends of the gradient by moving the sliders closer together or farther apart. 9. In Flow section, you can see 3 options: Extend, Reflect, and Repeat. Select any one as per requirements. 10. Click on the drop-down arrow on the upper right corner of the color panel. 11. From the list select the Add Swatch option. 12. Your newly created gradient is created and added to the swatch panel with existing gradients. 13. You can see the effect in the circle you have selected. 14. Similarly, you can create radial gradient and add in the swatch panel. To open color panel, click Alt plus Shift plus F9